Hello, my loves. Welcome or welcome back to Chemistry with Kismet Tarot. I am Monica, the Kismet Chemist. If you're new to my channel, welcome. Welcome to the family. I am honored to have you. If you are returning, welcome back. I have missed you. Okay, guys, so we are breaking with the tradition and the flow that I've been doing for the past couple of months. We are not going to be pulling any collective messages or energies as far as the Reiki symbols goes, and I didn't do them for the piles. It was something I kind of vacillated on a bit until Spirit was just like, just trust. And that's been my my word, my lesson is blind trust in Spirit and where I'm led. This reading, your archetype of strength, inspired by Lo-Fi Tarot and a couple of emails that I got from her. It is a true strength to approach someone when you don't know them and share parts of yourself and parts of your life and your struggles. It is a true strength to accept the input of other people. It is a true strength to, you know what, for me, it's a true strength for anyone who goes out into the world and works really hard to try and make a difference. No matter how big or small the impact may seem, each and every person that makes a difference, that goes out and shines their light in whatever way and shows their strength and overcomes challenges and difficulties, each and every one of you changes the world in vast ways that you cannot comprehend, because I can't comprehend the ways that I change the world. And that's just a message Spirit always brings forth. We never see the magnitude of what we do, but sometimes we need that reminder. Sometimes we need a reminder because we get so ingrained in repetitive cycles and struggles and patterns and second guessing and going through the mill of this journey we call life. And we just need that reminder of what we contain within ourselves. So this reading is here to remind you of that strength that you contain within yourself, the archetypal energy that you can step into whenever you are struggling with feeling weak, feeling insignificant, insecure, or as though you can't do whatever you are dreaming of. And I want to say thank you so much to Lo-Fi Tarot for risking so much to open up to me personally. I know that challenge. I know that difficulty. And I am truly honored to have received that level of trust and honesty. So without further ado, guys, we have 4 piles. Pile 1, we have Argentum Vivum, or Quicksilver. Pile 2, we have Aether, or the Void. Pile 3, we have Aurum, or Gold. And pile 4, we have Melanosis, or Darkening. And I'm not actually going to do meditation music like I traditionally do. I figured it's time to shake some stuff up with my channel and see how it flows. So the timestamps will be in the description box below. There will also be a link to Lo-Fi Tarot's channel in the description box below. Please make sure that you go and check her stuff out and give her some love and support. And without further ado, I will see you at your piles. You go. Hello, pile 1. If you chose Argentum Vivum, the Quicksilver card, this is all about your archetype of strength and how you use that to overcome anything and everything within your life. So the thing about this card, when it talks about Quicksilver, it's talking about Mercury, but Mercury, the substance, rather than the planet. At the same time, Mercury, the planet's energy, comes through as well, because within the collective, these things are connected. Our mentalities connect them together. So this is about how you have an ability to speak in a variety of different ways. It's like with Mercury, the substance, it's both liquid and metal. It's shiny, but it's very elusive. But if you've ever seen mercury, like a drop of mercury fall on a table, and I giggle because in high school, I had a science teacher, Mr. Crack, and he literally was like, let me show you what happens with mercury. He goes, it shatters. And then he opened a bottle of mercury and dumped it out on one of the lab tables. And we watched the beads just kind of shatter on the table. And we were like, isn't that toxic? And he's like, it'll be fine. They pulled him out of retirement to teach us. So, I mean, he may or may not have been following all the rules. But that's the nature of mercury. It will spread out like little beads of treasure, and it'll spread across a table or a surface. But you can always take those pieces and pull it back together. And in that way, when you think about this Quicksilver card, it talks about being a person or being an energy where you can have 1 foot in each realm. You have 1 foot in the spiritual realm and 1 foot in the physical realm, and you stand in that liminal space. And it's much like being a shaman or being an alchemist. You know both sides of it. And see, mercury can shatter and spread. And it's like, you know that a person's soul can shatter into a million pieces, it feels like. And there's this long journey of pulling it all back together, putting all the pieces back in place. But the beauty of mercury is that it's more attracted. The way in which the element of mercury itself is that the molecules of it are more attracted to themselves than anything else. That's why it shatters into little drops, but it stays in the drops. It doesn't ever, it's not like water on a table. Water will make the table wet, but mercury will stay in its little drops, and then you can bring it all together and put it back together. It actually makes me think of the gum Freedent. So I had braces when I was a kid, and when you have braces, you can't chew gum normally, but they actually encourage you to use your jaw a lot when you first get the braces. You know, practice talking, practice moving your jaw so that you don't have so much abrasion on the inside of your mouth, inside like on your lips from the metal of the braces. This is way back in the day, guys. And Freedent is one of the only gums that you can chew with braces because it's molecularly designed very similar to mercury, where it is more attracted to itself than anything else. So it doesn't act like normal gum. So this is like your level of communication. Your level of communication has a tendency to bring all things alike back together, even though they might seem like they are shattered or broken. You can speak truths, speak things into existence, and bring things back together. You speak these personal truths and these personal powers. It's like you speak from the actual essence of the moon itself, and you bring people together from all over to form. Like, it's like you create these beacons of light to bring people together into harmony. You might be a networker, do some sort of networking as a living, or you could even be a tarot reader, because that's a lot like what I view tarot reading and readers as doing, is they share their voice, their stories, their wisdom, their intuition and gifts, and pull people in that have that resonance, that have that same kind of molecular structure. Are you guys really interested in science? That's just, you guys are like digging deeply into my own like love of science. But this Quicksilver card itself talks about being at a passageway, being at that threshold of one versus the other, and being able to go back and forth. And when you think about the Temperance card in tarot, it's like alchemy. She's pouring back and forth into these two cups until the substance between them that is more attracted to itself, because it's going smoothly through the air between these two cups, not spreading outward like it normally would. So it's going back and forth, and it's slowly over time blending and mixing and becoming something new. And with this energy here, this talks about how you communicate the things that you hold on to, the things that you know, the wisdoms that you hold within, and how you can work moving forward at the threshold of newness, at the threshold of new ways and new pathways, the threshold of how you speak in this world, how you help others. It's this energy of your alchemical archetype of strength is the ability to always find your way back. Always find your way back to center. Always find your way back to yourself. Always find your way back to exactly where you're meant to be, who you're meant to be with, and what you're meant to be doing in this life. And you do that. And now I'm hearing the calling from Frozen 2 in my head. You do this through sharing your voice, singing the song of your soul out into the world. It's a very beautiful energy here that you have. But you do this and you pull all these things in together. And as these things come in together, they form what looks like a kind of mirror, but it's a watery mirror. So it shows you that your reflection is ever changing. The reflection of you in the world and the reflection of the world to you is ever changing. It's ever fluid, because it's not quite as strong as a mirror, because you're Mercury. And in that way, there's a lot of Gemini and Virgo energy here. And Mercury is the ruler of Gemini and Virgo. You may have Gemini in the 2nd or 4th house, or Virgo in the 2nd or 4th house as well. Those energies are coming through here. That would make you, I'm not going to do the rising signs on this one. Okay. I just heard no, tell them. It would make you either a Pisces rising for Gemini in the 4th house. Gemini in the 2nd house would make you a Taurus rising. If you have Virgo in the 2nd house, you would be a Leo rising. And if you had Virgo in the 4th house, let me see. It would make you a Gemini rising. Okay. I should have seen that one coming, right? Okay, so let's move on. We're going to start with your archetype here and get some more information. Child and magical. The light attribute, seeing the potential for sacred beauty in all things, the belief that everything is possible. Shadow attributes, pessimism, depression, disbelief in miracles, believing that energy and action are not required for growth. So this archetype with Quicksilver, the substance or the element of Mercury, when you work with it, it does seem like it is a truly magical substance. But it has that other side where it is actually very toxic, very dangerous for consumption, very dangerous to be on your bare skin, because you can have mercury poisoning. When that shadow energy comes in, that's when you forget the strength that you have in your positivity, in the ability to reflect magic into the world. Just like Mercury coming together, and it will act very similar to a mirror, but it is so flexible and fluid because it is part liquid. It's very magical, but it will show you a multitude of different perspectives and reflections. And when you see that, you see how beautiful everything and everyone is. And you know that just by looking at you or listening to you, that anything in the world is possible, because you are an impossibility, but you're still here. And I say that because it's like the shadow attributes of this card feels like every single time you've been knocked down, the thoughts get darker and the energy gets heavier. And at the same time, every time you still pull all the pieces back together, because the truest essence and magic within you is more attracted to being whole than it is to being split and shattered. And that is your truest strength and archetype, is being magical and seeing the possibility in everything. So in those moments where it feels like you were just haphazardly dropped on the lab table, I was going to say chemistry table, on the lab table, in those moments when you feel as though someone just threw you away, or someone didn't consider you, or the divine hasn't seen you and helped you, those moments where you feel like you've been pieced apart and spread thin and missing parts of yourself, you will be able to see how the parts of you are being reflected in everything and everyone around you, until you start pulling those back together, because you hold that within you, that you have that attraction where all of you is more attracted to being whole and being you than anything and anyone else. All right, let's see here. We have the card 33 with message. There is a message for you from the divine, and you have a message to share with the world. What I'm hearing is, have you forgotten the message you have to share? Have you forgotten the power of your message, of your voice? Have you forgotten the power of a magic message, of infusing all your messages with possibility, with hope, with the potential and the sacredness of what you do and how you share yourself? Have you forgotten the message of your heart? Because if you have, it will pull from all directions to come back to center. If you have forgotten this, remember that every time we go through a transformation, we are just like the moth. We are like the caterpillar breaking free, and that takes time and energy. It is not an easy process to go from a solid figure in a solid being to liquid and then back to solid again, and go from being utterly grounded to being able to soar the skies. It's not an easy journey, but you came here because you have a message for the world about the magic of seeing the world in this way. And you have the ability to pull all the pieces of it all together and to you right here and right now, if you so choose. It has always been in your hands, but if you are still in this shadow energy, you don't see the strength of your own optimism, your own perspective, your own personal heart-centered message. It gets lost in the foray, in the darkness. But you can call that back in to yourself. Here, now, today, if you choose, you can call that back in. Yes, she-wolf, unleash the wild within. And then on this side, we have 25, Garden of Venus, rest and renewal. I love how there's this progress. There's this growth and energy here of moving from these lower chakras, from this grounded energy into the heart, into the mystery and the magic in the center, and then spreading outward from the crown. It's this knowingness within you that you can unleash all that you have within you, that you can share your message with the world, that you don't have to strive and strain and struggle continually, but you can sit back and rest and renew your energy and then come at all of what's going on from a different side, a different perspective. Once you get in touch with the absolute essence of the magic within you, it's in that moment that your heart opens and you take flight. There is a beautiful balance energy coming in here of personal power, of knowing when to go and knowing when to rest. And with the child magical in the Garden of Venus, this is very strongly about teaching others the magic and the beauty of giving to oneself. And something I have learned on my journey is we have to learn these lessons in order to share them. To share this message, we have to understand it. We have to come within and understand it. And that requires bringing all the pieces of ourselves together. We're just going to get a few messages more. Spirit, how can they take this magical strength and the message from their heart? And how can they use that to overcome this shadow energy? We have the Two of Wands. Every tower that you see in the distance, every mountain that you perceive to have to climb, the feeling that you're breaking dawn energy, your sun breaking the horizon energy, finding that light, finding that truth, that future, that path. Every piece of that you hold within, but that perception that there's something so far off that it's going to take you forever, that's what's actually creating the distance. Because if you look at your center, look at all the things that you've overcome and put back together. Look at how far you have already come. Remember that your inspiration was the spark that started you in this journey, in this path. It started you to move forward. Yes, we have Seven of Wands. You stand tall, firm, strong in who you are. When you stand tall and strong and firm in who you are and what you have to share with the world, that's when your victory, your joy, your happiness, your new beginning comes in. That's when you realize that a new beginning doesn't mean utter change. New beginning means pulling the parts of you back together and seeing the reflection in a new way, in a different way. You guys have a lot of fire energy here that wants to be ignited. We have the Three of Cups. Look at all of the enjoyment, the fulfillment, the pleasure, the happiness, the celebration that is waiting for you. You don't have to fight your way through this life. These 6 wands are your victories. They're your victories. This comes directly after the 6 of wands. You can see the 6 wands that you have built up, that strength, that stability, that support, that spiritual understanding and awareness. You've built that into a tower of understanding, of knowingness, of moving forward. And you want to come together. If you want to come together with others, it's time for you to see that you don't have to fight through it, that you don't have to fight in order to be you. You're meant to be yourself first and foremost. It's knowing your own uniqueness, your own inner wildness. Trusting in your own leadership is so important here. And I understand that when you go through a situation where it feels like what my chemistry teacher did with Mercury, and it feels like somebody just poured you onto this hard surface that shattered you and left you in that state. Yes, that pessimism can be really hard to overcome. That disbelief in miracles can be very hard to overcome. But take a step back and rejuvenate your energy, refill yourself, and let the true nature of who you are out. You're meant to be free and to share your message, share your uniqueness, your wings with the world. But if you do what you feel others are calling to you to do, you keep yourself split. Look, we've got the King of Wands. It's about stepping into the power and the potency of your divine masculine, taking directed action. That's how you get yourself out of the shadow. It says, believing that energy and action are not required for growth. Take your healing into your own hands. Take your journey into your own hands. Start pulling all the pieces of yourself back together, and you say, you know what? I know my power. I know my strength. And I know that I have the might of the divine on my side. I know that I have this beginning, this love, this enjoyment of life. I know I do. I have it within myself. And look, on the back of the deck, we have the Hermit, which is Virgo energy, but it is all about knowing that light within you. that light within you, that light that hermit is holding up in that night sky. It is a different light than all the stars. You are a different light. Your message is different. It is unique. It is powerful. It is potent, and it is needed in this world. And the strength that you have is the strength to pull yourself back together when it feels like everything has been lost. It's the strength to take that directed action forward, to grow, to change, and to start seeing the possibilities in everything in life. Can we get some closing messages? We have 36 with grounding. It's about really grounding into knowing all the different facets. Look, you can see the feather, the acorn, the sun, the leaves, the tops of the trees, the bottoms, the roots. It's knowing that all of these things are interconnected and that they all work and flow together to create harmony, to create one, even if they seem very different, even if some of them even if you feel different, you have the ability to ground all of this uniqueness, all of these differences, these multifaceted nature of you down into this physical form and really emerge with a very powerful message. Is there one more healing message for pile 1? Yes. See, look, exactly like I said, new beginnings. New beginnings. And look, there is another butterfly or moth. Daisies may be significant to you. Bluebirds, blue jays. And I'm hearing robin's egg blue. And look, we have 13 in abundance. When you ground yourself back into the reality, into the truth of who you are and what power you have, and this beautiful, optimistic way of seeing the world, and you start stepping into the unique authenticity of who you are, you really exude that spiritual energy, that spiritual fire, that spiritual power in a very beautiful way. And you do initiate these things in your life. And I do see very, very beautiful things ready to come in once you understand that you share a light that is very different. And that is what it's meant to be. And when you step more fully into those differences and you understand that everything is possible, because it's the core essence of your archetype of strength, is believing that everything is possible, knowing that the impossible is actually possible, knowing that pigs can fly. It's like the Page of Cups energy, knowing that you are magical and that everything that you do and see and the ways that you perceive the world is a magical, magical thing. You start really blossoming into a garden of abundance and truth and beauty and grounded into this physical world. You ground spirit into this world. Your archetype of strength is your magic. How you overcome is by sharing the message of your heart with the world and trusting in that intrinsically, no matter what the outside world says or may seem like, no matter whether it feels like you are climbing mountains or going up against towers, knowing that you are on top of the tower already, that you are overcoming and celebrating this success because you shine your light forth. That's how you overcome every single time. Being true to you. That's how you overcome. Okay, pile 1. I want to say thank you so much. It was truly, truly an honor for me to read your energy, to bring these messages forth. I am truly honored. Please, if this video resonated, hit the like button. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel and hit the notification bell. I want to say thank you to your guides and mine for connecting our energies today. And thank you to Spirit. Spirit, I can feel the profoundness of these messages and the importance that you felt they needed to come forth. And I am honored to bring them forth and have your words move through me. Thank you so much, Spirit. Pile 1s, I love you guys so much. Down in the description box, there's a link to Lo-Fi Tarot's channel so you can check out her readings. There are links to donate to my second channel, Rising Sign Messages, and links to book a personal reading with me. Also, as an announcement, which you may have caught on my community tab, you may not have, but I am doing a collaboration at the end of this month, towards the end of this month, just before Christmas, with Odessa Mall and with Damselflies. And I'm super excited for that. And we are doing I'm doing a 15-minute reading giveaway for anyone who likes, comments, and subscribes to all 3 videos and channels on the day of the release. So more details on that to come, but I just wanted to make sure that you guys were aware I am doing a little bit of a giveaway. So with that said, Pile 1, I love you guys so much. Let me know in the comment section below how this resonated, and I love you guys. I will see you at my next reading. Bye. Hello, Pile 2. If you chose Aether and the Void, this is your message of your archetype of strength and how it is that you overcome. The number one energy that I'm getting is actually Bastion from the Neverending Story. And that is truly your strength. Your strength is in your intuition, in your inner knowing, in your inner awareness. It's knowing that you are a part of the story, not just a part of the story, but central to it. You're the one that saves the story. You're my creatives. But if you think about the Neverending Story with Bastion, he was just reading the book. He was reading the book and he didn't realize that the whole time they were waiting on him. They were waiting on how he would respond, how he would save everyone. But he didn't understand, he didn't know until he believed in himself to be able to create the truth, to engage with creativity and magic and, Valkor and Atreyu. This Void card, your strength is in your ability to create something from nothing, because that's who you are. You have built yourself up from a place where you believed you were nothing and you made something of yourself. You have walked proudly, gladly into the void space, into the darkness. You've allowed yourself to really languish in the black, in the dark, in the silence, in the mystery. Because as you did this, you allowed that mystery to wrap itself around you, to become you, to infuse you, and for you to become it and to infuse it, and not in any dark or negative way. You did it because you know that out of nothing comes everything. Shedding the labels, shedding the identities, shedding the masks, shedding all of those layers so that you could step forward and step into your truest self. And that truest self, as you already know, is nothing more or less than the endless possible ways in which you can express your creative endeavors, your creative heart, your creative soul directly out of the void. You are the storyteller, the painter, the artist. You have the eye, the knowing, the wisdom of exactly what the mystery brings. You know destruction because destruction is creation and creation is destruction. They are one and the same, and you understand that. And that is why within the void, you understand that where it seems as though there is no thing, there is everything. For all possibility, all magic, everything is contained within the void. And you, my Pile 2s, hold the strength of this knowing within you so that you may harness this energy at all times, in all places. It is as though you are the magician pulling the rabbit from the hat, but you are truly creating the rabbit within the darkness, creating the hat, and creating the means of bringing the rabbit out of the hat, sharing both creations in such a beautiful, magical way. This is your truest strength. And this is truly how you overcome anything. It's like straight back to the drawing board. Give me a piece of chalk and a blackboard, and I will give you a masterpiece. That is what your true archetype of strength is. You take everything and you turn it into nothing, and you take nothing and you turn it into everything, and you turn this world inside out with your wisdom, your insights, your inspirations, and your gifts, and it's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing. So let's take a look at this archetype card. We have Addict. Light attribute helps you recognize and confront addictive behavior. Shadow attributes compromises integrity and honesty, allows an addictive pattern to have authority over your inner spirit. This is telling me that you understand that we know that this world is impermanent. You know this world is impermanent. And because of that, you genuinely don't allow yourself to attach in the ways that other people would think you would, or in the ways that other people do. I'm not saying you haven't had vices. I actually get the sense that you guys have had vices and you've overcome them. But until you understand how you have overcome them, until you understand the strength that you have in order to overcome the vices, the addictions, the negative thought patterns, and the negative behavioral addictive patterns that negate that inner essence and creativity that you have to experience. You had to go through it. You go through the everything to get to nothing, and the nothing to get to everything. These two things, these two factors are so important in your energy for you to understand, because they are one and the same and completely different at the same time. They are paradoxical just as much as you are, a paradox in nature. And the only power that is here is your own ability to leap into the void and create a completely new beginning, a completely new you, a completely new board. It's a tabula rasa. You clear the slate. You give yourself a blank slate. You wash it away and you push it away. You don't allow yourself to be torn asunder by the waves, because you know that you can always go directly into the void and create. You know you can shout to the heavens in the midst of a storm and transport yourself to a new world, a new life, a new way of being. You have the ability to reset, restart, and bring life to the darkness, bring light to death, bring awareness to the naive. And you do this through understanding on a personal level. You go through it in order to show it, to express it. This is such a beautiful strength, pile 2. Let's take a look at your symbols. Yes, card 20 with divinity. And the card 30 with safe travel. It's literally, I can go any direction and I will find the divine essence and the truth of who I am. I understand that the only thing that we are ever seeking on this journey, on this traveling that we do in life, the only thing that we're ever seeking is just the darkness of creation. That dark point in time in our origins in which we became, in which we went from being nothing to being divine to being something. You understand that no matter where you go in this life, you always come back to the center of your divinity. You go through any darkness, any void, and you create again this divine essence, this divine truth. And you do that every time through standing firm in your integrity, in your honesty, in your transparency. Within the void, everyone can feel fear because you can't see. But if you are transparent, you can. You see through everything into something. It's like you can see the polar opposites, but you stand in the middle You don't pander to one or the other. You simply say, this is what's right for me. And I root myself, I ground myself in the essence of the creative energy that I am, of knowing that within this void, within this pause, within this liminal space, there is nothing more or less than divinity that gives me the opportunity to determine a direction and travel there safely, no matter where I am, what I'm doing, no matter who I identify myself as at any given point in time, because this is who you are now. You know that you are like the walking creative void, and it's so, so amazing. We have 34, lay of the land with ancestral wisdom. And oracle, wait for important information. Yes, there's a lot of red energy holding together this heart and soul essence of you. You understand the void space because your ancestors have taught you this, whether through dream work, through oracle work, through visionary quests, through breath work. You know how to navigate through life. It is truly how you overcome is you simply wait to know internally, because you know your essence is divine. How you overcome is by remembering everything that you've overcome before, and remembering that you have overcome it by stepping into the void, by stepping into the creative liminal space and allowing yourself to fully embrace being creative, knowing that you can make whatever decision you choose, because no matter what decision you make, you will always end up back at the void, leaving the void while entering the void simultaneously. You guys are seriously paradoxical. I really hope that this is making sense, because this feels so, it's otherworldly. One of your greatest strengths is just being otherworldly. It's understanding how this world works, but also understanding how it doesn't work. It's the paradox. We have the Knight of Pentacles. Yeah, it's knowing it doesn't matter how fast or slow I go. I know the journey I'm on is protected, is safe. So if I move through this, I can help show people where they have sacrificed their own sense of integrity, their own sense of truth, of personal truth, in order to fall victim to the same patterns that keep them in that loop. You have this healing energy, but it's almost very slow, because a paradox can't be solved in one sitting. We have the Eight of Pentacles. That would be why it feels so slow. You are working on perfecting it. And that is something that is a true strength. And how you overcome is repetition, repetition. Repetition is the key to learning. You keep working at it and working at it. You know the lay of the land because you've climbed the mountain, and then you go down and you survey the land from eye level. And then you do this all over again, over and over, because you gain more information every time you do it. And as you do that, you understand, this is how I need to move. This is where I need to go. This is what I need to do, because you're perfecting the art of divine travel, of divine creation in this life. This is very beautiful. This is very awe-inspiring. See, again, more Pentacles, Three of Pentacles. It's you building up what you wish for. Yes, you're building things to help show people that this energy is counterproductive. If we are patient, if we wait for this information as we're building it, there is no such thing as competition. There's no such thing. I mean, it's almost like you already exude that energy, and it might seem almost unfathomable to you. You may be here to literally, one of your strengths is in not being competitive. It's like you don't fall to that addictive pattern of watching this or watching that. It's, us creators, we can fall into the pattern of the analytics and the numbers and the SEO and all of that stuff, and get so consumed in that we forget about the creative energies. We forget about the creativity and sparking that. And we feel like we have to fight and battle and compete in order to continue to build. But you don't have that energy. You have this awareness of that is not what I want. That is not how I move with integrity. That is not how I move with honesty. How I move is by confronting these patterns of being too involved in the numbers or too involved in this and too involved in that. It doesn't matter what other people are doing. It matters what I know I need to do. So I will wait until I know my path, my purpose, my divinity, and my travel. And I will move myself directly into the void. And I will perfect this every single time, for I am building a legacy, a masterpiece within this world. I am taking all my ancestral wisdom and I am utilizing it for the healing and the betterment of my life and others. That is beautiful, because you're overcoming as you're in this archetype of strength. Yes, we have the Lovers. It's about the choice to love, the choice to accept, the choice to embrace each and every person, the choice to embrace your light and your shadow. This particular Lovers card is a paradox itself. It's both light and dark, together and separate, in the sky, but of the earth. It is knowing that our choices are dualistic in nature. Every single time we make them, we are paradoxical in nature. And because of that, we don't have to compete, because the only competition we really have in this life is ourselves. And we don't need to compete with ourselves. We need to build ourselves up. And that's what you do. You build yourself up. You go into this creative void space and you say, I'm going to confront all of this energy, and I'm going to make the choice to step into what I need to. You're perfecting this. You've been perfecting this over a long period of time. Look, on the back, we have the card 21 with the world. You're perfecting this by showing other people what it's like to break these patterns. Your greatest strength is in you overcoming. It's not in the how. It's in the doing. It's not even the what. It's just the doing. It's the action that you take. The action that you take to perfect this art of what you're building, of building yourself up, of building your creative energies up, of building yourself up in this way that is so powerful and so profound. It's amazing. So can we get any further messages for pile 2? What does pile 2 need to know? Any further messages about their archetype of strength? Okay. Yeah. Again, we have 34 with ancient wisdom. Are you guys 34 or a 7 your life path number, your favorite number? This is, again, I have 3s and 7s, and I was getting that energy before as well. And then we have 12, truth. And that, again, is a 3. And on the back, we have 13 with abundance. Look, 3 pentacles, 3 pentacles. It's literally this confirmation you're building up. And it's literally like they're building up these coins within the void space. You're building your abundance within the void space. And you're doing it by seeing a higher level of truth, just like this lay of the land, seeing this higher level of ancestral wisdom, ancient wisdom. You understand how we're all interconnected. I want to say it's like the aspen tree, where the aspen tree has one network of roots, but each tree is different and separate. You understand that is in and of itself a paradox. There are different trunks, but the same roots. It's a paradox, but it's a beautiful paradox. You have this wisdom to you that is so insightful and amazing, and you just slip easily into this creation void space, and you just make beauty out of nothing, and it flows easily. I don't see or hear anything else for you guys. I do want to tell you that I can feel your ancestors and your guides, and they have such pride in you and love for you. Your strength is unbounded. It's amazing. And I see that you use creative measures, creative void spaces, the divinity within you to traverse all of the darkness that you have within yourself, and all of the different areas of yourself and your soul and your life, to find all of this divine truth so that you can harness it all together and no longer ever feel as though you have to compete, compare, or battle your way through life. And you you are going to radically change your world. And because of that, you'll radically change the entire world. So thank you so much. Pile 2, thank you for being here and for bringing this energy to this reading. I am truly so honored to read it. I want to say thank you to your guides and mine for facilitating the connection between our energies. Thank you so much to Spirit. These were such incredible, profound, amazing messages, and I am honored, truly, truly honored to bring them forth. Thank you so much. Okay. Pile 2, I did want to announce shortly before Christmas, there will be a 3-channel collaboration with myself, Odessa Mall, and Damselflies. And when that collaboration comes out, anyone and everyone who likes, comments, and subscribes to all 3 channels will be entered into a 15-minute reading free from me. So make sure that you guys watch for that collaboration and watch for your chance to win a free reading with me. All right. And if this resonated, you guys know that YouTube thing. Go ahead and like this video, subscribe to my channel, hit the notification bell. And down in the description box, you're going to find links to Lo-Fi Tarot. I want to say thank you again one more time for the inspiration for this reading, and links to book a personal reading, to donate to my channel, and to my author page, as well as links to my Rising Sign Messages channel. So make sure you guys, peruse around, check stuff out. So, all right. Pile 2s, I love you guys. You guys are rock stars. Thank you again for being here. And I will see you at my next reading. Bye. Hello, Pile 3. If you chose the 3rd card, the Aurum or the gold card, this is your message about your archetype of strength, how you overcome. So you chose the gold card, and gold is one of the substances that in alchemy, in the mythology surrounding alchemy and alchemists, is that they're trying to change other metals into gold while also trying to create or discover the Philosopher's Stone. So they are trying to take lead and silver and turn it into gold because gold is seen as the highest quality. It is seen as the culmination of their life's work is in being able to create gold where gold did not exist. Rather than finding the gold itself, it's about creating it from something else. It's that energy of money doesn't grow on trees, and yet somehow you have a money tree in your backyard kind of energy. It's you've done so much work. Your archetype of strength is in culmination. It's in reaching the top, reaching the pinnacle. It's in transforming what once was seemingly dull and lifeless and meaningless into something bright and beautiful and abundant and blessed, truly, truly blessed. Now, this card talks a lot about how we perceive gold. What do you see as gold? I do have this pyrite crystal that I have on my desk, and it's called Fool's Gold. But pyrite was used in like shoe buckles and jewelry and things of that nature because it was a very inexpensive substance that actually gave off the impression of more wealth. And see, that is gold in the eye of the beholder. What do you see as having value? The true archetype of strength that you have is that you find value in some of the places and spaces and things that most of the world would be like, that means nothing. Most of the world would shun it, and you look at it and you see how valuable it is, and you work to create it into a malleable structure or a malleable device or something of that sort so that it is soft and flexible and can change the world. You bring more wisdom and philosophy into the world and into these places and areas, even just in interaction with people where they were in a seeming state of darkness and lack. You, like weaving magic, like alchemizing everything, you create gold. You're like the walking Midas. And that's a true strength because you see the truth of the value in things that people would normally throw away and ignore. When you do that and you understand that you don't have to try and do it all and be everything and do everything, that this gold card talks about the difference between reverence and excess. You have learned how to have great reverence for the broken things in this world, for the beaten and the broken and the bruised, for the ones and the things and the places and the people that get shunned, get ignored. You have found a way to bring that forward into the world in a way that people are seen and heard finally. And you may not even realize that you do it. It's a natural instinct for you. But what I'm getting here is reverence isn't just for the outside world. It isn't just for spirit and the spiritual realm. Reverence is also for you. Yes, gold and this journey that we go on to create gold in our lives is very unique to each one of us. But that means that you have your own unique journey as well. And some of you may sacrifice this journey in order to give to or to create these things with others. And it's a very noble thing, but Spirit wants you to remember to have reverence for you, reverence for yourself, for your journey, for your body, for your mind, for your heart, for your soul, knowing that your strength as this reverence is this ability to turn things into gold, to meld things into this true divine wisdom and grace and beauty in the world. You have this ability, but you have to have reverence for all the pieces along the journey as well. And that includes yourself. That's how you overcome, is by treating yourself as the gold that you are. Treating yourself as the gold that you see in everyone else. Understanding that you're worthy of shining forth as well. And you are no fool's gold. You may carry the energy of pyrite, and pyrite's energy is a grounding abundance. It is anchoring the true nature of your worth and your value, not because somebody says that you're fake, not because someone labels you as fool's gold, but because you carry the energy of actual gold. You know how to blend and meld others. You know how to do this for yourself, and your greatest strength and ability to overcome, how you overcome, is by giving yourself that level of reverence and that level of love and that level of support that you give to others. So let's take a look at your archetype card. Oh my gosh. This is so amazing. Alchemist, light attributes, transformation of base motives and goals into golden wisdom. Shadow attribute, misuse of the power and knowledge that come through spiritual practice. In this way, the shadow that I feel like you're working to overcome is not a misuse of power and knowledge for you, but against yourself. I'm picking up an almost self-sacrificial behavior. It's as though you use all of this wisdom and this knowledge that you have, but you use it for others so often that you forget to use it for yourself. You forget to give yourself the same divine wisdom and guidance that you give others. This golden wisdom that you have, that you give to others so freely. How are you utilizing that with yourself? This is how you overcome. You utilize it for yourself. You see yourself as the gold, not the fool, but the gold. You may also feel as though it is your mission in this world to overcome those who exude this alchemist shadow energy. And that is a very noble energy. Very noble. But does that mean that you should sacrifice yourself? The sacrificial lamb got nothing more or less than being slaughtered. You're not meant to be a lamb to the slaughter. You are meant for more. You're meant to be a light in this world. And to do that, you have to light yourself up first. And I'm not saying that you don't ever do this. I'm saying that your guides and spirit are saying it's time for you to do this more. You can be an alchemist for the whole entirety of the collective, but you're still part of that. So you have to start incorporating what is right for you and needed for you first, instead of always prioritizing. And I know that sounds backwards, but if you pour and try and alchemize with an empty flask, you're just pouring the same substance back and forth, and you're not progressing in this journey of golden wisdom. You're stuck in this fool's journey. So let's take a look at your symbol. Yeah, see, new life. This is how you infuse new life into everything, is in understanding how to pour from 2 full cups, how to alchemize your life, yourself, your energy, your thoughts, your mentality first and foremost. You have this strength about you to automatically do this. And you're using it continually with the outside world. It's about also utilizing it for your inside world, giving to yourself in the ways that you give to others. It's so important. It's so important. And right now, on the phase that you're at, it is so important for you to realize that you are capable of taking care of yourself, of being true to yourself, of being noble and wise with yourself and your path outside of anyone else. You can try and save as many people as you want, but you have to save yourself first. And I'm not saying that you need saving either. I am saying that you have to perceive it in the way that fits within your guides. These are the words that are coming through, but you're meant to understand what you have within you and utilize that for yourself, not for others, for yourself. You have to learn this journey and this method and this alchemization for yourself first. It has to be able to work for you before it gets taken outside. It's like the scientific process. It's, you have a hypothesis and you have all these steps and you do these steps, and then you have to repeat them over and over and over again until you have a set of data that works. This is you understanding on a spiritual level this set of data, because you've been doing it over and over and over again for yourself first. And then after that, then you take it outside, because you know after that exactly how to give to yourself in the exact way that you need, so that you are not sacrificing any part of you or your energy or your life for someone else. Let's get a look at your other 2 cards. Yes, Fire Guardian, ignite your passions. Come back to self. Come back to the alchemization of yourself. If you want this new life, if you want to speak this new life into existence directly into your root, you have to alchemize this pattern of using all your power and knowledge for other people and not using it for yourself, because that too is also a misuse of power. It's a shadow attribute that doesn't allow you to progress any further, because you're not helping yourself. You're only helping others. We have to learn that the premise that I go by with we all rise or we all fall means that we have to give to ourselves as well. And if we don't prioritize ourselves, our needs, and our own personal wisdom, we are self-sacrificing and we pull everyone down doing that. So your call here is to recognize that your archetype of strength is igniting your passions and reigniting your life, is in using all your wisdom, not just for others, but for you. Because where you see all of these things and people and energies out in the world, it's because you have contained them within yourself at any given point in time and transmuted that. But until that recognition is there, it can't blossom the way that you're meant to blossom. Let's see what else. Yes, see, 15, Dust Devil, moving out of stagnation. This is what you need to do in order to overcome. You need to start giving to yourself. It's opening yourself up to a new energy, a new way, a new power, a new wisdom. Yeah, see, seeing that you are capable of doing this. There's a cardinal on here, and I have 2 turtle doves here, but I actually have these in cardinals somewhere else in my office. But that just seems so resonant. It's like, look for signs and synchronicities and symbols in the sky, in the outside world. Remember your own strength and your own power. Remember that you are capable of being this strong, independent person. You have the 9 of Pentacles, that pentacle journey. You start from the very first one. You go through a journey where you build it up and then lose it all. And then you have to come back into balance, come back into harmony before you understand that you are this strong and independent person. You are capable of all of these things. We can lose sight of that at times. But that's why you're here, is to remember that strength and that power that you have in creating your own fulfillment, your own joy, your own passionate life by giving to yourself and then sharing from there. That's how true alchemy works. Yeah, see, we have the world. I have to be here before I can get here. I need to understand how to stand on my own, how to do this for myself. I have to move. I just heard I have to leave the nest in order to be able to close down the cycle of being self-sacrificial. I need to be able to see myself in this true strength, in this true power that I have. And that's who you are. We have the High Priestess. Yes. You see so much. You see all of this wisdom, all of this hidden wisdom. You know the truth of these things. And that's a very beautiful thing. But you have all this wisdom that is waiting for you to share it with the world once you use it for yourself. Once you use it to see that you are whole in and of yourself, that the only thing holding you back right now is actually you. Because the divine is saying you have the ability to create this for yourself, but you're busy creating for everyone else. You're busy making it for everyone else. Yeah, Queen of Swords. It's like you are seeking clarity. Look, we've got the King of Pentacles and the Sun. And then on the back, right here, the 5 of Pentacles, just like I said. You go on this pentacle journey to get to the 9 of Pentacles. You have to go through the 5 of Pentacles. But if you stay in this 5 of Pentacles energy and mentality, you're always giving to other people because you know the Pentacles are there to give. And you're actually in this 9 of Pentacles energy, but your mindset is in the 5 of Pentacles. So how you overcome is by realizing the true strength and power that you have all the way down to your root. You have this passionate power within the very root of your being. You have the ability to have clarity, to see both directions, the past and the present and the future, to see all around and exactly what you need to do. You have all this divine wisdom and you are ready to shine it forth in the world. And literally the divine is like, let me hand you your happiness. You just have to believe that you're capable of having it. And I love how the King of Pentacles has his arm outstretched and there's 2 hands here. And it's like, let me give it to you. I'm ready to give it to you. You want to give to others and shine your light. The clarity comes when you allow yourself to give to you first. Okay, what spirit guides for pile 3? What additional messages? See, we have teaching. It's that repetition and scientific process. It's you teach what you know, and when you teach it, you realize that you were the student of this material, but as you're teaching others, you're the student of the results. There's this give and take energy. Okay. Yeah. Struggle. See, again, 5 and 5 and 5. Fives are very, very significant for you, incredibly significant for you. You may be a life path 5 and be destined for a life of adventure, but not allowing yourself to experience that. Look, we have 35 with inner journey. It's because you have to go within. This is exactly what I've been saying. It's giving to yourself first. It's giving to yourself first, alchemizing internally, understanding that you are worthy of having your very own journey through life of abundance, of blessings, to find your way through without getting caught up in the excess. And this isn't like excess consumption at all for you. It's excess giving to others where you are depleted and you don't have anything left to give, because that maintains this 5 of Pentacles energy. Your strength is in standing in the truth of who you are in this 9 of Pentacles, in this High Priestess energy, knowing that you have the ability to journey within, to release yourself from the struggle and to help others release themselves from the struggle. But you have to do it first by leading by, and then lead by example. Teaching comes from what we know internally. It doesn't come from the struggle that we're going through. It comes from learning from that struggle and overcoming it so that we can show others how to do that. And then we learn from them different ways in which they have tweaked the process. And then we go and we tweak our process. And it's this beautiful equal give and take all the time of change and adventure and passion and creativity and alchemization and moving out of stagnation and into creativity and having that Midas touch and touching everything with this beauty and this wonder and this wisdom that you have within you. Your ability to overcome, your strength for how you overcome is internal. It's freeing yourself internally from the struggle that you feel, allowing yourself to dive into your passions, to reignite your life, to move from where you were and shine your light out firmly, because you have the utmost clarity on who you are, what you're here to do, and what your path is. No one else is dictating that for you. And as you do that and you step forward, most of the help that you give to those broken and mistaken, it's like the land of broken toys. You save all those toys by showing them how to save themselves, not by doing it for them, but by showing them how to save themselves. That's the true mark of a teacher, someone who has been there, done that, and then shows someone how to get out of it because they have. That's how you overcome. You get yourself out by realizing how strong and independent you are, how firm you have been taught by spirit, by your guides, by this world, by this journey about struggle and about how you can go internally, find the wisdom that you need, find the clarity that you need, and really, really set down your roots, ground your truth and your happiness and your light into this world and shine forth from there. Okay, pile 3, this is all I'm seeing for you guys. I want to say thank you so much for everything that you do for everyone, but please do it for yourself. Thank you. Honestly, thank you. I also want to say thank you to your guides and mine for facilitating the connections between our energies. And thank you so much to Spirit. Spirit, I could feel how much you were ready to give this message. And I'm truly, truly honored for it to come through my filter and to be shared with the collective. And I just wanted to say thank you for working with me always. Thank you. Okay. Pile 3, if this resonated, please hit that like button, subscribe to my channel, hit the notification bell so you don't miss any of my upcoming readings. In the description box below, make sure that you guys go and check out Lo-Fi Tarot, who inspired this reading. And make sure that you check out my other links to my other channel, Rising Sign Messages. There are also links to donate to my channel, to book a personal reading, and links to my author page on Amazon. And before I let you guys go, I did want to make sure that you guys knew I am doing a 3-channel collaboration with Damselflies and Odessa Mall towards the end of this month. And when they release, everyone who subscribes, likes, and comments on all 3 videos will have their name entered into a competition or into a sweepstakes in order to get a free 15-minute reading from me. So make sure you guys stay tuned for that and, take all the steps and enter your name and get your name entered in for a free reading from me. Okay, my loves. Let me know in the comment section below how this resonated. I would love your feedback. I'd love to interact with you guys. Pile 3, I love you guys so much, and I am sending you so much love. Thank you again, and I will see you at my next reading. Bye. Hello, Pile 4. If you chose the 4th card, the Melanosis and Darkening, this is your message about your archetype of strength and how you use that to overcome. This Melanosis and Darkening card talks about going into the depths, this kind of readiness to go deep into the depths of yourself, to find out why you're here, what your purpose is, and allow yourself to undergo the deepest levels of transformation. It's this energy of but your archetype of strength is literally a willingness to walk directly into the fires and become the phoenix. And for anyone who's ever been on a phoenix journey, and myself included, I can attest to the fact that knowing that you're on a phoenix journey does nothing to ease the way the journey goes. It doesn't make it any easier. You still have to walk directly into the darkness. You still have to go through that transformation. You still have to truly dive deeply into who you are and why you're here. And then stand firmly in yourself and in your truth and in your power. There's such clarity and wisdom that you have within your soul. It's like you have this pearl of wisdom sitting right above your kundalini. And as you go into the darkness and you allow this fiery transformation, you awaken the kundalini energy within you. This is a true strength within you. You may have experienced a kundalini awakening. However, I'm getting that you actually have or are meant to experience many kundalini awakenings in a multitude of different ways throughout this incarnation. This card is the card number 12, which speaks to the Hanged Man energy and speaks to Neptunian energy. It's that psychic layer, that psychic mystical nature, that higher awareness and deeper wisdom and inner wisdom, and just the absolute depths of what the darkness brings that you contain within you and is truly your strength, because you don't shy away from change. You don't shy away from going through an awakening or an ascension or a transformation, whether you consider it a butterfly transformation, you're metamorphosizing into a butterfly, or you are becoming the phoenix and you are facing your fears, you are going to the depths and you are walking through the flames, knowing that as you go through those flames, you are no longer the bird with the beautiful plumage that you once were. You know that you have to go directly back to the baby bird that is just hatched out of the egg, that has not yet gained feathers nor the ability to fly. You know that where once you flew, you will always have to go back to the very beginning and learn to walk again before you can fly. And you do this every single time. You don't shy away. You don't hesitate. You just do. You leap. It's almost like you leap before you even think about it. You leap before you have a chance to second guess yourself. And most people would consider that craziness, excessively daring, and as though you may be an adrenaline junkie. But the truth is that every time that you trigger something within you to change, you become more. But you only do that because your real, true archetype of strength is in knowing and seeing the darkness within yourself, not shying away from it, but letting it come. Letting it come and letting it come forth. Letting it out, letting it see, and letting yourself see. See you, see your darkness, see your light, see your gifts, see your weaknesses, see your strengths, see all. You allow yourself all of this divine sight, this higher perspective, this clarity. It's like It's like you have the ability to see and breathe through the fogginess, through the clouds, or through smoke-filled air where no one else can. And because of that, you are the one that sets free so much energy, so much purity to become new, to shed the skin and become new, to alchemize as the phoenix and become new. It is so beautiful what you can do, but what your strength is that it doesn't matter what it is you're overcoming. It only matters that you know the journey is always going to be, it's always going to be one where something changes within you because you accept the truth of who you are more and more and more. You may have struggled in the beginning of your journey or in the early stages of life even. I'm seeing a lot of childlike energy, struggled to accept your psychic gifts, to believe that you were psychic, to believe that you had these beautiful gifts. But you are now some of the most powerful because you have gone through these transformations, because you understand exactly how much clarity and how gifted you are. You understand how to see through the smoke that nobody else can. You understand the nature of fire. You understand the nature of smoke. You understand the nature of purity. You understand so much more because you've been willing to go into the depths, into the darkness. This is beautiful. Let's take a look at your archetype. Yes, look. Exactly, hermit, light attribute, seeks solitude to focus intently on the inner life and serves personal creativity. Shadow attribute, withdraws from society out of fear or negative judgments of others, refusing to help those in need. Look how these card colors are, they mirror each other, they're the same. You have this ability, this beautiful, beautiful gift to use this inner journeying, this inner world, this inner wisdom, not to hide away from the world, but you use it to create. And as you create, you show people how to come out of fear. You show people how to stop judging themselves and judging others because you give so freely, so unjudgmental. Is that a word, unjudgmental? I think it is. Non-judgmental. You just, it's like, what would be the point in seeing the differences in people? Or what would be the point in everybody being similar? It's the differences that make them beautiful. There it is. The message got a little tangled in my processing. I'm seeing that in the past, this likely was hard for you. It was hard for you, and you could have easily withdrawn from society, withdrawn from interactions with other people out of fear. But the more that you step into the darkness, the more you step through the flames, the more that you move through this energy, is the more that you truly help those in need, because you know that your personal creativity that you serve, you know, this inner life that you have is what builds the creative energy to help others. You don't have to go out of your way. You come from inside. It's like you're a walking phoenix, or you're a walking phoenix trigger. You trigger it in other people. You guys are quite mysterious. Very mysterious energy here. It's almost very like morning fog coming off like the bay is what I'm getting. Look, summer, bask in joy and light. And then we have shapeshifter. Yes. Transform and unveil your gifts. This is the way that you overcome, as you take this inner journey, this inner wisdom, this ability to go through the flames every time, to transform yourself, to shapeshift, to become again and again and again. Every transformation that you do, every inner journey that you do, allowing yourself to completely shapeshift into a new version of yourself. Again, we have a snake shedding these skins and becoming new, becoming different. From there, you show people how to really shine themselves forward, to shine their light forward, to be joyful in the moment, in the present moment. I love how similar these colors are, because these two both speak of darkening and inner journeying and solitude. But the Summer card is like, come out and play. It's like you have both nectar and and poison, but you understand the nature of both. So you can transmute poison into nectar by going internally and really understanding yourself. This life for you may feel as though it is very much a solo journey. And I don't mean that you're doing this completely alone. In fact, I get kind of the opposite energy. I get the energy that you're kind of surrounded by people a lot, but that for the most part, you're surrounded by people a lot because you share that personal creativity and it helps others. So they come to you, but you really do stick to yourself quite firmly. And to overcome, it's time to come forth. It's time to come out. And I apologize if you guys can hear my heater going. It is like -23 here, I believe, was the last time I checked. So quite chilly, very chilly. So let's get your other cards. Yes, C30, Horseman, Herald of Change, just like this Summer card, is you're being asked to come out more. When you get into this inner journey and this Phoenix phase, like the real big Phoenix phase, we go through multiples, but that big one, there is always at least one big one. And you'll know what I mean. I trust that you know what I mean. When this Herald of Change comes through, when you know it's time to step forward, you know it's time to go into this energy, this summer energy. It's time to be in the light. It's time to come out of the darkness. That's when you get challenged the most, because in order to move out of this shadow, to transmute this shadow, you have to understand the strength that you have in moving into that Phoenix energy, in moving into the flames, in going through the transformation, in being willing to not know, not see, but trust in the changes and trust in your calling out of this hermit phase and into unveiling your gifts, coming into the world, hearing the call to change and moving forward in that way. So let's see what your message is. See, shadow. It's a call to move forward out of the shadow and into the light. Bring the shadow to light. Teach the shadow. Embrace the shadow. Love the shadow. The shadow is meant to be here. But this is asking you to not fear the shadows of others, for you are the Phoenix. You bring the fire. Yeah, 9 of Wands. It's this, I've been pained, I've been hurt, I've been beaten, I've been bloodied, I've been bruised, I've been up, down, all around. And I'm not sure I'm ready to come back out into the world. But you created all of this majesty. Let yourself get creative. Spark that passion. Spark that personal creativity. You have that within you. Spirit is seriously moving through the collective with such fire right now, trying to awaken us to shining out further and allowing us to overcome the shadow, to release the shadow. Look at this light coming down. This light coming down is literally saying, let me illuminate this so that you can drop this burden, so you don't feel like you have to be on the defensive all the time. You don't have to be fearful and have this fear of people coming after you or attacking you or judging you. Embrace who you are, and the more that you dance in the true nature of who you are, the more that the world responds in kind. Let your inner child out to get curious and playful. Yeah, see? 8 of Wands. It's like, let's do this rapid movement. It almost feels like moving backwards, but it's not moving backwards. It's understanding. Look, the Magician. It's understanding that you can shift this into a new way of being, as above, so below. So when you clear your mind and your heart, then you get that inspiration to ground into the physical. And in what you're doing here is you take these 9, you have these 9 of Wands, and you go, okay, you know what? I'm going to grab one wand and I'm going to use it to spark my creations, to spark my inner knowing. I'm going to go through this Phoenix process and I'm going to spark my personal creativity. And I'm going to take those other 8 wands. I'm going to hold this one wand in my hand and I'm going to take the other 8 and I'm going to project my life forward. I am going to move forward rapidly. I'm going to change and transform. I'm going to unveil my gifts. I'm going to bask in the light of the day. I'm going to share this with the world because the world needs to see this beauty that I have within me. King of Swords, the clarity, your divine masculine has found clarity of purpose, power, grace, and authority. Your divine masculine has found sovereign action, sovereign creative action. You know how to speak this into existence. You know how to be this. You know how to embody all of this. You have an understanding and awareness of more facets of yourself and others than many do in this world. And you understand that everything is a reflection. And so you get to kind of shape this energy, this spiritual energy. Look, 6 of Cups. You understand how to move forward from the past now. You understand because you've moved into the darkness. You've embraced the darkness, the hermit, the inner journey. You've embraced the inner world so much that it's now you learning to embrace the outer world once again. Yes, look, self-love and integration. And it is no accident that integration came out first, but self-love fell on this side. Because this is what you did. You loved yourself, all pieces of yourself, integrated all pieces of yourself. And now, look, unlimited possibilities. You have literally, this is your strength. Your strength is loving yourself, integrating all aspects of yourself, moving through the shadow, alchemizing, changing, transforming, never once hesitating from the inner journey, never once holding yourself back from experiencing your inner world. Because you do this and you grab that inspirational spark and you project yourself forward, because you do this so smoothly now, because you've given your divine masculine such beauty and clarity about what shadows were really holding it back. You have overcome fear. That is your archetype of strength. Your archetype of strength is being one with your shadow. How you overcome is integrating all parts of yourself because you know what you're here to do. You understand your soul, your purpose, your path. No one else needs to understand it. Just you, and you freed yourself. You're moving forward in a very beautiful, harmonious energy. 3s and 1s are significant for you. You may start seeing repeating 3s and 1s. You may have already been seeing repeating 3s and 1s. Those are confirmations of this journey you're on. Those are confirmations, and especially because 3 and 1 make 4 when you combine them together, and 4 is about the foundation. Your foundations have been built, fortified, refortified in truth, clarity, peace, prosperity, in understanding and awareness, and then the spark of divine inspiration. You are projecting your future forward in a beautiful way. That's how you overcome. You integrate because you are strong enough to do it. You have the strength of nations, millennia, all because in this life, you really chose to heal yourself, to go internally and really dive deeply into yourself. And this is beautiful. Pile 4. I'm absolutely in awe. Thank you so much for being here on my channel. Thank you so much for your energy. I want to say thank you to your guides and mine for facilitating the connections between our energies. And I want to say thank you so much to Spirit. Spirit, the ways in which you have been flowing through these messages have been so profound, so amazing, and I am so honored to bring them forward. I want to say thank you so very, very much. Spirit, I am just truly so grateful and blessed to have your messages flow through me for the collective, for others, so they may remember themselves, remember you, and come back to you every time. Thank you, Spirit. All right, pile 4. I did want to announce before I go through the end of everything, I am doing a collaboration at the end of December, right before Christmas, with Odessa Mall and Damselflies. And I am doing a sweepstakes, a giveaway, 1 free 15-minute personal reading. All you have to do is watch the videos, like, subscribe, and comment on all 3 videos and all 3 platforms, and be entered to win a free drawing. So make sure you guys check that out. Also check out Lo-Fi Tarot, who is her channel link is in the description box. And make sure that you guys check out my other links in the description box below. There's links to donate, to book a personal reading, to my author page, and to Rising Sign Messages, my second channel. So I do want to say thank you so much again for being here. If this resonated, you guys know the drill. Please like this video, subscribe to my channel, and hit the notification bell so you don't miss any of my upcoming readings. And let me know in the comment section below how this resonated, how you guys are doing. Give someone some hope if you don't mind, because pile 4, your light is so beautiful. So thank you so much. All right, this is all I'm seeing. So I will see you guys all at my next reading. I love you all. Bye.